Hello and welcome to a slow flow practice with me, Gina. I am super grateful for you for joining me today. And let's just go ahead and get started lying on our backs. If you do have a yoga block, I will be using the block quite a bit today. If you don't have a block, just a rolled up towel will do, something that you can put between your legs to that's firm enough to squeeze. So go ahead and come onto your back. You can rest your feet flat on the floor. That feels comfortable in Ardha Shavasana. And we're going to start just with some basic belly breaths using Samavritti practice. So even inhales and exhales, and we'll hold for an even amount as well at the top and the bottom of the exhale. I'll cue with a four-point count. If that doesn't work for you and your unique breath rhythm, just use something that fits your breath a little better. So go ahead and place your hands on your belly if that feels comfortable. Maybe close the eyes or just soften the gaze. And start to tune your awareness inward. And before changing the breath, just become aware that you are breathing. Connect in with that breath. Feel the automatic system breathing you. And the next time you exhale, exhale out completely. And then inhale for a 4 count. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold at the top. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold at the bottom. 2, 3, 4. Keep going with this rhythm. And as you inhale, really expand the belly out. Push out through the belly, expand through the rib cage. Maybe even feel expansive through the back side of your body. And as you hold, see if you can soften in your face, soften in the jaw. And as you exhale, feel the belly drawing towards the spine. And then holding the exhale at the bottom of the breath, again relaxing through the shoulders, through the back side of the body. Keep moving with your breath, with your rhythm. Maybe you've altered the rhythm to lengthen it out a little bit longer, or maybe you've contracted the rhythm. Maybe you're using a 3-part count because that feels more comfortable and safe for you today. Wherever you're at, make this your last big belly breath inhale. Final hold at the top, and then the final exhale. Final hold at the bottom. And then release the effort and come back to the natural rhythm of your unique breath. And just notice if it feels any different from when you first tuned in. Nice. So go ahead and draw the knees in towards the chest. Let them fall. Grab hold of the kneecaps with your hands and then inhale, move the knees away. Straighten the elbows. Exhale, draw the knees in. Maybe you're still working with that Samavritti breath, even inhales and exhales. You can inhale for 4, exhale for 4. You can include the holds at the top and the bottom if that is something you enjoy. Just gently rocking back and forth along the natural curve of the spine. And then go ahead and plant the feet back on the floor and grab your block or your rolled up towel and we'll place it in between the knees. And go ahead and bring your hands down towards your heels and finding that gentle, that natural curve of the low back. Feel yourself balancing on your sacrum, that triangle-like bone, the bottom of your spine. And then inhale, push into the heels, flatten the low back along the mat as you start to pick your hips up towards the sky. Lifting all the way up through your vertebrae, and then exhale, slowly start to roll the spine back down to the mat, and then coming onto your sacrum. And do that a few times with your breath. Again, maybe working with that 4-point inhale and exhale, maybe including the holds. The next time you draw the hips up, you can extend the arms out overhead, really reach up and behind you, and then leave the arms extended as you lower for a nice armpit stretch. Good, and the next time you find yourself with the hips back on the mat, go ahead and take the block out from between the legs. And you can reach your hands out to a T. And then bring your legs up to a 90-degree angle. So knees bent, knees right over the hips, and then shins coming out at a 90 degree from there. And feel that you have that low back, the natural curve of your low back is present. So we're kind of balancing on the sacrum again. And just feel your core engage right here before we even do any movement. Draw the breath in deeply. We'll take a deep inhale. And then on your next exhale, slowly lower the right heel to the mat. Move very slowly and mindfully. And then inhale, bring the leg back up to the starting position. Exhale, left leg lowers down. Heel gently taps and then lifts back up. On the inhale, exhale, lower. Inhale, return to the starting position, alternating between both legs. The slower you do this, the more you'll feel the engagement. And the next time you complete the left side, pause and draw the knees into the chest, maybe rock side to side. And we'll revisit that, and you're welcome to do alternate legs again. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, we'll do both legs together. It's also nice to place the block in between the thighs here as well, if you're doing both legs together, obviously. So inhale, take an inhale, and then exhale, slowly lower heels down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, come up. Exhale, lower. And the further out you extend your heels, the more difficult it becomes. Nice. And then go ahead and remove the block. Again, draw those knees into the chest, and let's make some circles. One way, the knees, and then circle the other direction. Nice job. Go ahead and roll over onto the belly. Let your head rest, or your forehead rest on the mat. And then place your hands right underneath your shoulders. And we're going to do some baby cobras without using the hands. So just using the strength of the back muscles. So again, your forehead is resting on the mat. And then very slightly lift the hands off of the mat so there's no weight in the hands. Exhale out all the breath. And then inhale, back your head up and start to raise your torso up. And then exhale, slowly lower back down. And do that 2 more times. So inhale, come up. Exhale, lower. Last one. Nice. And then go ahead and bring your elbows underneath your shoulders for a Sphinx pose. So widen out the hands, spread the fingers, and then start to draw the forearms back towards the hips, really opening through the heart. Take a few breaths right here in Sphinx. And slowly lower down. We'll roll onto our right side. You can have your head propped up on your right hand or resting on the inside of your arm. And then look at your hips. Make sure they're stacked one on top of the other. Flex your feet. Press through the bottom leg as you inhale and start to lift the top leg up to the sky, leading with the heel. So there's a little bit of a inward rotation, and then slowly lower. We'll do 10 of these leg lifts. So the slower that you move, the more you'll feel disengaged. Keep the core working to balance you here. And then, leading with the heel as the leg comes up. And then almost like you've got a resistant band on your legs as you lower. And using that resistance to gravity. And I'm inhaling as I come up and exhaling as I lower. Let's do 2 more. And then rest, roll back onto your stomach. And this time we'll place the hands right underneath our pubic bone. So the hips are resting on the hands. And then have your head rest on the mat. And then on the inhale, reach the legs up towards the sky. And maybe lift the head and chest as well. We'll stay here for 2 breaths. And then slowly lower. And then roll yourself over onto the other side for leg lifts on the other side on the floor. And I'm on my left side, stack the hips, flex the feet, and then raise the right heel up to the sky. So toes are touching, but heel is lifted. Let that be the shape of your leg as you inhale and reach the leg up. Exhale, lower. We've got 2 more. It's 9 and 10. Nice job. Go ahead and come back onto the belly. And then push yourself up to table and sit the hips back for extended child's pose. Good. And then inhale, come back up to table. Do a few cat-cow rolls. So inhale, lift the tail, lift the chest, lift the gaze. Exhale, round the tail, round the chest, and then bring the forearms down to the mat and sit the hips back onto the heels for child's pose. And then inhale, lift the hips, lift the chest, lift the gaze, lift the forearms. Cat, cow. Exhale, tuck the tail, tuck the chest, look back, lower the forearms, hips to heels, child's pose. Inhale, lift the hips, lift the chest, lift the gaze, lift the forearms. Exhale, tuck the tail, look back, lower the forearms, lower the hips, extended child's. And then inhale, just come up to a neutral tabletop. And if you have your blocks nearby, you can grab your blocks. And we'll step our right foot forward for a low lunge. You can place the hands on the hips here. We'll just do a couple of pulses in and out of our low lunge. Inhale, backing up. Exhale, coming forward. Maybe lowering the hands to blocks. And then maybe sitting the hips back, extending lengthening the right leg for a hamstring stretch, drawing the toes back towards the nose. And maybe toggling back and forth between inhaling up to low lunge, exhaling, straightening the leg, hamstring stretch. Good. The next time you find yourself in low lunge, just come through and step the right foot back for a tabletop here on the blocks. Let's do a cat-cow on top of the blocks. That's fun to do. Hands on the blocks. So inhale, drop the belly, lift the tail, lift the chest, lift the gaze, and then exhale, round the spine, lift through the mid-thoracic for cat. A couple more times. come back to neutral, and then step the left foot forward. And again, just kind of play around with your low lunge, pulsing, warming up the hips. And then maybe straightening the left leg and stretching the left hamstring as well. Good. And then we'll step the left foot back. Set the blocks aside, plant the hands for table, tuck the toes, and we'll lift the hips for a downward dog. Keep a deep bend in the knees here, maybe alternating one foot and then the other, warming up the hamstrings. And then come up onto the toes and start to walk your feet towards the front of your mat. Maybe find the blocks here. Set your feet hip width distance. Inhale, come up on the blocks, lift the heart, get long through the spine, and then exhale. Keep a deep bend in the knees as you forward fold. Again, inhale, lift the heart, lengthen the spine. Exhale, press through the heels as you rise up. Reach the hands overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. So go ahead and grab your block again or your towel and place it in between the legs. I have it just above my knees. And we'll do some toe lifts here with the block in between our legs. So I'll face you. So start here in Tadasana and really squeeze those legs in towards the midline. And then inhale, we'll come up onto our toes as we lift and extend the arms overhead. And then exhale, lower the heels, hands back down towards the thighs. And do that 2 more times. Inhale, come up onto the heels, or the toes. Lengthen through the spine, and then exhale, lower. Last one, inhale, come up. Squeeze the block as you exhale, lower. Nice job. Remove the block and set it down, top of your mat. And keep the same engagement in your thighs as you inhale and sweep the hands up to the sky. Exhale, hinge at the hips, sit your hips back as you forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway, lengthen the spine, and then exhale, step the left foot back, and we'll drop the back knee, untuck the toes. Inhale, reach the hands to the sky, maybe fingers touch. Exhale, hands to the blocks or the mat, tuck the back toes, and then straighten the front leg for a pyramid. So you might want to step your back feet in. Stay here for a breath, so inhale, and then exhale, come up onto the heel of the right foot, toes reaching up towards your face. So my toes are extended. And then lower. Nice job. Plant the hands. Step the right foot back. We're in a high plank. Slowly lower the knees. And then the head, chest, and the hips. And then inhale, baby cobra. So just a gentle cobra. And then exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, come up through tabletop. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. And inhale, step the left foot forward, drop the back knee, lower the back knee. Please don't drop it. Inhale, reach the hands to the sky. Palms touch. Exhale, hands come to the blocks as you straighten the front knee and the back knee for pyramid. Maybe stepping the back foot in for a step. Take a breath. And then go ahead and press into the left heel as your left toes lift up. Do keep a gentle bend in the left leg, so not locking out the knee. And then place it down. And then step your right foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Sit the hips back. And then inhale, raise the torso up, arms extended out long in front of you for chair. Take 3 breaths here. Again, feeling like you have the block in between your legs, just like we practiced. And then press strong through the heels as you rise up for Tadasana. Inhale, sweep the hands to the sky. Exhale, feel that invisible block in between your legs. Hands to heart center. Nice job. Again, inhale, sweep the hands to the sky. Exhale, sit back for chair. Maybe even grab the block and place it in between your legs here. Protecting the SI joint as we squeeze and keep our legs engaged. And then exhale, straighten the legs and slowly lower to a forward fold. You can remove the block if you're using one. Inhale, come up halfway, lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Good. Plant the hands, step the left foot back, step the right foot back, high plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower the knees, lower the chest, chin, and hips. And again, place the hands right under the elbows, very light pressure on the mat, really engaging using the back muscles more than the hands as you inhale and lift up. So it might not be as big. Exhale, slowly lower. Good. Inhale, come through tabletop. Tuck the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bring the right foot up towards the sky. Exhale, knee towards the nose. Inhale, extend the leg back up through down dog. Exhale, knee toward the nose. Inhale, 3-legged down dog. Exhale, knee toward the nose. Use your leg muscles as you step the right foot softly down. And then inhale, come up for a high lunge. So we're up on the back of the ball of the back foot. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. And then exhale, feel the power of your legs rooting into the earth. Good, now bring your heel down to the mat so that your back foot is about at a 45-degree angle, and let that shift your hips. That is A-okay. And then inhale, keep the arms lifted. Here in Warrior One, you can even interlace the hands with the pointer fingers extended, and that can be a nice pose. One last breath as you inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, ground through the legs. And then come up onto the ball of the back foot. Shift the hips again towards the front of the mat. Plant the hands. Place the left palm completely on the mat. And then inhale, reach the right arm up to the sky as you gently twist over towards the right. On your next exhale, plant the right hand, step the right foot back, high plank. Take a breath. And then lower the knees, forehead, chest, chin, and hips. And again, inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, come up through tabletop. Tuck the back toes, exhale. Downward facing dog. Inhale, bring the left leg up to the sky, three-legged down dog. And then exhale, knee towards the nose. Shift the hips forward. And then inhale, three-legged down dog. Exhale. I guess it's more toward knee towards the elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee towards the elbow. And then gently place the left foot on the mat. Root through the feet. Inhale, rise up. High lunge. Use your breath. So you draw the inhale, extend through the spine. Exhale, root through the front heel, out through the back heel. And then lower the right heel to the mat. Let the hips shift over. Keep the arms extended. Maybe interlace the fingers the opposite way. Inhale, warrior one. Really strong here. Maybe look up. Good. Now shift onto the ball of the back foot again. Let your hips come square to the front of the mat. Inhale, reach the hands up. Exhale, frame the front foot with your hands. Place the right palm completely on the mat. And then start to shift, twist over towards the left side. Maybe the left arm lifts as well. Twisting low lunge. And then on your next exhale, plant the left hand and step the left foot back, high plank. Let's do some twisting plank. So get strong in your plank. You can drop your knees at any point. Inhale. And then exhale, let the heels shift over towards the left, but your torso stays exactly where it is. And then inhale, come back up. Exhale, drop the heels over towards the right. Inhale, up to plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower. Nice job. Come back up to plank. Slowly lower the knees. And the head, chin, chest, and hips. Awesome job. Take a breath here. Let's bring our hands behind us so the fingers are pointing towards the toes. And then you can even put a block between your legs here as well. We'll come up for locust legs. So leave the head on the mat. Exhale out all the breath. And then inhale, squeeze the block and lift the legs. And then slowly lower. And do that again. Inhale, squeeze the legs together as you lift. And then maybe this time head lifts, chest lifts, and the hands lift as well. And then on your next exhale, slowly lower. Remove the block if you're using it. And go ahead and come up through table. Tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. Maybe take a sigh for an exhale. And then slowly walk the feet up towards the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, come up halfway, press through the feet as you reach the hands up to the sky. Palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Pause here in Tadasana. Nice job. Now we'll come over to a wide-legged forward fold. So bring the legs to the toes pointing towards the long edge of the mat. And have your block handy as well. I'm going to place it right off of my mat there. And inhale, bring the hands out to the sides. Exhale, hinge forward and lower the left hand to the block. As your right hand lifts up, it could also be on the hip, and you twist over towards the right side. Inhale. Exhale, maybe bring that right hand overhead. Inhale, maybe look at the right hand, and then exhale, follow the hand with your gaze as it comes back up to the sky. Press through the heels and rise up. Get long on your inhale, and then exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold, right hand to the block. Left arm extended. Take an inhale, and then exhale, left hand overhead if you're going there with me. Inhale, look at the hand with your gaze. Exhale, follow the hand with your gaze and head. Nice. Inhale, come up. Exhale, fold. Left hand to the block. Right arm lifts. Gaze stays low. Inhale, right arm reaches overhead. Exhale, find the hand with your gaze. And then inhale, follow the hand as it sweeps up to the sky with your gaze. And then inhale, press through the heels as you rise up. Inhale, get long. Exhale, forward fold. Right hand to the block, left hand to the sky. Inhale, left hand reaches out in front. Find the hand with your gaze. Inhale, sweeps up, you look up. Exhale, press into the heels. Rise back up. Nice job. Bring the heels in. One smidge. And then bend the knees for goddess pose. Let's have our hands on the inside of the legs as we press onto the thighs. Inhale. Let that pressing give some traction to maybe lengthen the spine a little bit more. So inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, bring the left shoulder forward and maybe look back on the right. And then inhale, come up to center. Exhale, right shoulder forward, maybe look back at the left. A couple more times with your breath. Inhale, come up. Exhale, twist. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Straighten the legs. Heel toe your feet underneath your hips. Bring your block back to the front edge of the mat. And we'll come back to meet in Tadasana at the front of the mat. Nice job. And then inhale, sweep the hands to the sky, palms touch. Exhale, forward fold, hinge at the hips. Inhale, halfway lift the heart. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step the left foot back, and then drop the back heel for about 90 degrees as you inhale and lift the torso, windmill the arms open. So it's not exactly a 90-degree angle. So if you're at a 90-degree angle with the back foot, take a gentle, about an inch or 2 inches with your heel and send the heel back so that it's a little bit inwardly rotated to protect the hips. And then if you've heard that you want to keep your hips square, I invite you to let the hips have a bit of an angle to them for a little bit more of a natural posture reflection in this pose. Keep breathing here. Your gaze can look out along the right fingertips. Relax the shoulders, relax the jaw. Good. And then on your next exhale, place the right forearm onto the thigh as your left arm sweeps overhead for a side angle. You can alternatively use a block behind the foot for your side angle. If you don't need a block, you could just bring your hand to the mat. One long line of energy from the left fingertips all the way to the back edge of your left foot. Good, and then inhale, let's lift the torso up to a warrior two and then straighten the front leg. And then bring your block on the inside of the right foot and we'll step the back foot in about a half step. Again, this back foot is slightly inverted, so we have an internal rotation with the back leg. Inhale, bring the hands out to the side, and then exhale, reach forward with your torso, and then maybe find the block with your right hand for triangle pose. Keep a gentle bend in the front leg, especially if you know that you have a tendency to lock the leg out. And then notice if all of your weight is in the right hand, like I just noticed in my hand. And again, see if you can lighten the load on the hands here as well. So to do that, engage the legs more. Nice. And when you're ready, inhale, come back up. And we'll just windmill the hands, bend the front knee, come onto the ball of the back foot for a low runner's lunge. And step the right foot back for a plank. Lower the knees, lower the head and chin, chest, hips. And then inhale, cobra. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, come up through table, tuck the back toes, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, step the left foot forward, and then lower the right heel, and again we'll come up to warrior two on the other side, and all the same ideas apply here as well. So instead of having a perfectly right angle with the back foot, go ahead and step the back heel towards the back edge of your mat a few inches so you get that internal rotation. With the back legs, hips are pointing out towards the corner of the mat rather than trying to flatten our hips, which is quite dangerous. Bend through the left knee, and then inhale, reach the hands opposite directions. Gaze can look out over the right fingertips. Use your breath. Inhale, you lengthen through the spine. Exhale, root through the heels. Draw like you're energetically squeezing the legs together. One more inhale. And then exhale, bring the left forearm to the thigh. And then extend the right arm overhead for side angle. Again, you can have the block here if that works for you. And then inhale, come back up, straighten the front leg, and then walk your foot in maybe a step. Place the block on the inside of the left leg. I've got a slight internal rotation with my right foot. And then inhale, bring the arms out to the front and back. And exhale, reach forward. And then maybe find the block with your left hand as your right arm reaches to the sky. So big opening, front side of the body. Again, notice if you're trying to walk out your front knee. Keep a gentle bend. Keep the breath moving. Light touch on the block as well. Good. Inhale, come up. And then exhale, windmill the hands, frame the front foot, come up onto the ball of the back foot. Move the block aside. And then we'll just step our right foot forward for a nice forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come up come up all the way. Reach the hands to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. And then let the hands come to the side, palms open. Rest here in Tadasana. Take a breath in. Let it go. And inhale, sweep the hands to the sky. Exhale, slowly forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, fold. Step the left foot back, step the right foot back, downward facing dog. Whoop. Engage the palms or else you'll go sliding forward. So press through the finger pad just below the first finger and the thumb. Good, let's drop our knees and come into tabletop. Untuck the toes. And we'll inhale, bring the right arm up to the sky, and then exhale, lower the arm underneath the left armpit. Maybe the right shoulder finds the mat, and the left arm extends out overhead.
thread the needle. So it's like the right hand is the needle. Sorry, the right hand is the thread going through the needle or the hole underneath your left arm. Hips are lifted. And then bring your left hand towards your face. You press through the hand, come back up to tabletop. And then we'll inhale, bring the left arm up to the sky. And then exhale, left arm becomes the thread under the right armpit, which is the needle. Extend the right arm long. And use your breath here to settle in for a few rounds. Good. Bring the right hand by your face as you press up your tabletop. And we'll just go ahead and sit back onto our heels for hero's pose for a moment. And then swing your hips or your feet forward. If you have a blanket, this is a great time to be sitting up on a blanket. I forgot to grab my blanket today. Usually I do have a blanket. And then bring your hands just right next to your hips. Lengthen the spine. Root through the hip sit bones. Draw the navel in. Gentle tuck of the chin. And we're going to work towards reverse table. So bring the hands slightly behind the sit bones. And we'll do half reverse table. So bring the left foot onto the mat. So knee is bent. And we'll go for 3 rounds. So on the inhale, we're going to lift our hips and press through the left heel. Both heels actually. So let's inhale, lift the hips. And then exhale, slowly lower down. And you might need to readjust. Like I think I need to bring my foot out a little bit further. And then inhale, lift the hips, engage the core. Maybe look up. Exhale, with control, slowly lower. Rest the hips on the mat. Last one, inhale. Lift. Exhale, lower. And then let's bring the left foot out long. We'll pause here in Dandasana. Let's do some hip walks. So just walk your hips forward one at a time and then go backwards. I love this move. Just getting any tension out of the hips. And then we'll do the other side. So this time we'll bend the right foot and place it on the mat. Hands come behind us again. And inhale, press through the heels as you lift the hips up for a reverse table. Exhale, with control, slowly lower back down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, lower. Last one, inhale, come up. Exhale, lower. Nice job. Let's come up to Dandasana and do some wrist circles, so just clasp the hands and circle the hands one way and then go the other way. Flick the wrists, flick the hands. Nice. Okay, we're gonna try for full reverse table. You're welcome to take half table, half reverse table as well. So place the hands again behind you, and this time both legs will bend, both feet planted on the earth. Press through both heels. As you inhale, lift the hips up to the sky. Maybe stay here for 3 rounds of breath. Keep the chin tucked, so don't let the head just flop backwards. And when you're ready, slowly lower the hips back down. Nice job. Extend the legs out long, and let's bring the left foot behind us, and then the right sole of the foot comes to the inside of the left leg. This is another great pose to have a blanket if you have that available. So first, root down through both sitting bones. And then inhale, bring our hands up to the sky. And then exhale, twist from the middle of the spine over towards the right side. Let the hands drop wherever feels comfortable for you. For a little bit of extra leverage, you can take the back of your left hand and place it onto the top of the right thigh. That feels okay. Keep breathing. Every inhale lengthens the spine, and every exhale settles the twist. You can look back over your left shoulder, or you can turn the head very gently. Sorry, you can look over the right shoulder, or you can turn the head very gently over to look over the left. Ready, slowly unwind. Come back to center. Pause, take a breath. And then we'll do the other side. So lengthen out the legs. Draw the right foot behind you. Left sole of the foot on the inside of the right thigh. First step, lengthen. You might like to move the flesh away from your sitting bones to get a better connection. So first settling in, lengthening up through the spine as you root through your sitting bones. And then inhale, bring the hands up towards the sky. And as you exhale, twist over towards the left. Maybe the right hand reaches the left hip, left hand settles behind you. Again, you can take the back of your right hand and place it behind or on top of the left thigh, and that gives you some leverage to deepen the twist if you're ready for that. Keep breathing, even inhales and exhales. And then maybe you draw the gaze over the right shoulder very gently, if that feels okay on your neck. ready, slowly unwind. Bring the legs out long in front. And let's bring our hands out as well, and then gently and slowly and with control, roll yourself down to seated or to onto your back. Let's just bring our knees into the chest for a moment. And then leave the soles of the feet together and let the knees come out to the side. So we're in a reclined cobbler's pose. Maybe close the eyes. You're welcome to come back to that belly breath here. Then very gently bring the knees in towards each other. Plant the feet. Let's bring our feet out to the edge of the mat, and then let the knees fall towards the center where they meet. And rest here for a moment. And again, you can come back to that belly breath. Again, let's draw the knees in towards the chest. Take any last movement that we need before Shavasana. Maybe a gentle happy baby, grabbing the big toes with your peace fingers, letting the knees come towards the floor. Rocking side to side. Anything that you need in this last few moments, and then when you're ready, go ahead and grab a blanket or an eye pillow or a bolster under the knees. Give yourself that support to settle into a nice, comfortable Shavasana. So you can bring your legs out long. You can also just have your feet resting on the mat. You can stay in that position with the knees resting towards each other. You could have your legs up the wall. Wherever you are, go ahead and get a little bit more comfortable. Just let yourself settle in here. Give yourself permission to be completely still. Let go of any holds with the breath. Maybe just imagine yourself floating on the sea
floating in a nice warm pot of soup. See if you can relax 1% more. Maybe it comes from releasing any tension in the jaw, any tension around the eyes, shoulders, neck. Releasing any holding in the belly, let your belly be soft. Imagine the soft, fluid motion of water. Connect for a moment with the fluidity of your own internal environment. Knowing deep down you are soft like water. You are water. Ready, bring some gentle movement back to your fingers and toes. No rush. You are welcome to stay here for as long as you need. If you're ready to come out, you can rotate your wrists and fingers and toes and ankles and let that translate up through the arms and the legs, hips, shoulders, into that fluid core. So draw the knees into the chest. And go ahead and let the knees drop over to one side. Rest the head gently on your arm. You're welcome to stay in this position for as long as you need. Recalling that we've all been here before in the fetal position, that liquid environment we all began in. When you're ready, gently lift yourself up to a seated position. Keep the eyes closed or the gaze low. Find a comfortable seat. And bring your hands to
together at the heart center, resting the thumbs gently on the sternum. We'll infuse our aqueous nature with the healing sound of Om 3 times. Exhale out all the breath. And inhale for Om. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I'm going to bow to you in gratitude. And I hope to see you soon again. Have a wonderful day.